What's going on, boys? Today we are back with another video, and today we are going to be counting down the top 10 AEW figures of 2024. Really excited about this video because for me, this was the year of AEW figures, man. Last year, I think I said in my top 10 video last year that the AEW figures were kind of lackluster. There wasn't a whole lot going on last year. There wasn't a whole lot of releases. They definitely made up for that this year. I mean, I didn't even get everything from Aew Jazwares this year, and there is a ton of figures. I don't even know, this might not even be all of the ones from this year that I've got. There is a ton. So a lot to go over. These figures right here are going to be the honorable mentions. We are going to go over them pretty quick because there are a lot of them here, but I did want to kind of give some love to some of these figures, even though they made it out of the top 10. So let's go ahead and go over them really quick. The Black Machismo ringside exclusive Jay Lethal, just a very good use of the cloth accessories. I really like the pants. I like the jacket. Just kind of wish that we got a regular Jay Lethal. I know it wouldn't be as toyetic, but not really a huge fan of the Black Machismo character, like I said in the review, but this figure rules. I think the cloth goods is absolutely amazing, so had to give a shout out to that. The Unmatched 10, I think, Kenny Omega. I wasn't a huge fan of that head sculpt. I did like the skin tone. It was more of like a tan skin tone. I did like that, but I had to give a shout out to this gear because this gear is really good, and Kenny Omega figures are absolutely amazing. They're great. Doesn't really matter which one. Did want to give a shout out to this 2-pack. I was just surprised, one, that this 2-pack was only $20. That kind of blew my mind. And that was like before it was even like, cut down on clearance or whatever. The figure kind of sucked. Both of the figures kind of sucked, but I did want to give a shout out just simply alone for this robe, because this robe is absolutely beautiful. I think I have this on the Unmatched 4 or something. I don't know what, Unmatched something, MJF. And yeah, it looks good. This robe is absolutely amazing. I had to give a shout out to it. We got the Buddy Murphy. What series is this? I don't know, Unmatched something, 8, I think Unmatched 8, Buddy Matthews, pretty good figure. I just think the proportions are a little off. He's a little too big, and that head sculpt is really big, but a great head sculpt nonetheless. So wanted to give a shout out to that. Kyle O'Reilly, I don't know, I feel about this figure. The torso is very loose on mine, and I don't know, the proportions are just kind of weird, but I was excited to get a better Kyle O'Reilly figure. So I just kind of wanted to mention him. It's a decent figure. It's not terrible. The likeness isn't great. The torso's loose, so I was kind of disappointed with it there. The Samoa Joe, not sure. I think this is Unrivaled 14 maybe or something. The Samoa Joe rules. I think it's really good. Similar to the one last year, you just change out those knee pads and he's good to go. But yeah, this figure's great. The AEW Samoa Joes are really good figures in my opinion. Daniel Garcia, I think he is also Unrivaled 14, or maybe I think he's Unrivaled 15. Yeah, this figure rules. I definitely think he's too tall. Daniel Garcia is kind of a shorter guy. Head sculpt's a little big, but I really do enjoy this figure. It poses around really good. It's a really solid figure. The gear's cool. I really like it. So, Daniel Garcia. The Adam Cole, the head sculpt kind of sucks. Yeah, I don't know. AEW Adam Cole figures are weird, but I did have to give a shout out to this gear because I do really like the pink Owen Hart Foundation gear. I think it's a great gear, so I had to shout that figure out there. The Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardys, we'll kind of go over all of them. Unrivaled something, the newest one, 15 or whatever, 16, whatever it is, and then the Amazon 2-pack. Love these. Love all of them, really. I hate that this Matt Hardy's got like the stain problem, but all of these figures, like if I had to pick a 12 and 13 or whatever, these figures would be there. Don't worry, there's something coming up that you guys will understand why this one or this one is not on the list. But yeah, all of these figures rule. I love everything about them. Definitely too big. If I had a complaint, they're all kind of out of scale, but very, very good figures, all of them. I did want to give out a shout out to this Hangman. Absolutely hated the head sculpt. It was abysmal, but the gear is cool, so had to give a shout out to that. This is like the full gear one or whatever. I like the gear, and a torso swap with a head swap or whatever. It does the job, so like that Hangman. Claudio, definitely a much bigger figure. He is huge, but kind of works with Claudio. He's a big guy anyway, so I did enjoy this figure. I think it poses around good. Definitely think he's too big, but a decent figure for sure. The ringside exclusive Jeff Jarrett. This coat is immaculate. It's really good. He just made it out of the top 10 also. I don't know, it's just something about the figure itself just kind of threw me off, but it is a very, very good figure. I love it. And last but not least, the Briscoe Brothers 2-pack. I wanted to really, really love this 2-pack, and I do in certain sense. I love that it's the Briscoes. They're too short. The pants mold is terrible. The ankles are loose. The arms are too tight and loose at the same time. The head sculpts are too loose also. Just a lot of things with these, man. I mean, aesthetically, they look great, but yeah, feel in hand is not great with these guys. But again, I was just stoked to get an official Briscoes, so can't complain too much. They definitely are on the honorable mentions. Now, let's go ahead and hop into number 10. So coming in at number 10 of the top 10 AEW figures of 2024 is Adam Copeland. This is Unmatched Series 10 Adam Copeland. I really like this figure. I like the head sculpt. I think he's good in a lot of sense. I think this is like the Legends jacket on there. It looks really good on this figure. I just hate this. Like, all of the tattoo detail that I have on this figure is ruined. Like, all of them are messed up in a certain way. Like, this one's almost gone. And it could be just these huge elbow pads or something, but yeah, that really bummed me out on this figure. I think it would have been a lot better if we would have had that fixed. And again, with the scaling, he is definitely too big, but a great figure. I mean, it feels good in hand. I like the gear. The head sculpt's great, so had to put him at number 10 at least. So number 10 is Unmatched 10 Adam Copeland. And coming in at number 9, probably a little bit of a surprise for me and for everyone, is Unrivaled 15 Ethan Page. A very plain Jane figure. I even had to put a leather jacket. I think this is like Xbox leather jacket. Did put some elbow pads on him too. But yeah, very plain Jane figure. But for whatever reason, I really like this figure. I did have to change out the feet also, I think, because the ankle was like super loose on mine. So I did have to change those out. But once I changed those out and threw some elbow pads on them, I don't know why, I just really enjoyed this figure. I liked how it felt in the hand. It was really good timing. Also, Ethan Page had just jumped ship to NXT, and we had a figure of him like almost immediately. We had to wait forever for him to get one in AEW, but they pumped that sumbitch out as soon as he got into NXT, so it was like perfect timing. So yeah, this figure, I don't know why, but I really, really enjoy this figure, and it's my top 10 list. If you don't like it, smack you in the head. Yeah, so Unrivaled 15, Ethan Page is number 9. And coming in at number 8 is Unrivaled 14, Keith Lee. A beast of a figure. Like, I know I kind of was upset about some of the scaling in AEW figures, but they did this guy right. Like, he is meant to be big. He is a monster of a man, and they encapsulated this perfectly with this figure. Really want to get my hands on that Chase figure. The Keith Lee Mattels were like some of my favorite figures ever. I just really, really enjoyed posing those figures around. I thought they were great, and I think they did even better with this Unrivaled 14 Keith Lee. It's just amazing, man. It feels great in the hand. He is just a beast of a figure. I mean, he's just hefty. Yeah, this figure rules. So if you don't have this, definitely get it. And if anybody has that Chase, let me know, because I would like to get my hands on that Chase. So Number 8 is Unrivaled 14, Keith Lee. Coming in at number 7 is the ringside exclusive Konosuke Takeshita. Wanted this figure to be higher, honestly, but and it may, I don't know, I may regret having this as low as I do. I haven't really had time to like spend time with this figure. I know that sounds weird, but I haven't really had time to like pose it around, really do much with it. But I do think that he is a little too big. I know Takeshita is a very tall guy and you know, bigger, muscular guy. But yeah, I don't know, the feel of this figure isn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It definitely has some trouble posing around, doesn't really kick forward or anything, but it's a Takeshita figure. I love Takeshita, so definitely had to put him on the list here. And this cloth accessory is absolutely amazing with like this, I don't even know how to describe this. It's like velvety feeling, but I don't know, man. Insane with the cloth goods this year from Aew Jazwares. But yeah, this figure is great in some aspects, but not great in others. But yeah, so anyway, he is, what are we at? Number 7. He is number 7 this year of the top 10. And coming in at number 7 is Unmatched 8, Luminaries CM Punk. Honestly forgot that this figure was this year. Like, it feels like this was so long ago. Kind of crazy that we had a AEW Jazwares release of CM Punk in 2024, and also the Mattel CM Punk's coming out this year too. So I did do a torso swap on here just to have like an updated look. But I do have the Chase and the regular here. You could put either one. I just like the short mold a lot. I think it's really cool. I think it gives kind of a different look to CM Punk, and I really like that. So what are we at? Number 6 is Unmatched Series 8 Luminaries CM Punk. And cracking the top 5 is the Walmart exclusive Supreme Sting. A lot of people probably will have this closer to their number 1 spot, and I want to have this figure closer to my number 1 spot, but I'm not a huge fan of it. Again, cloth goods off the map with Jazwares this year. Absolutely incredible. I don't think I'm a huge fan of the Supreme Ultimate thing with the butterfly joints. I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan. Also, I don't know which leg it is. It's this one. This leg falls off so easily on this figure, and I don't know why, but it falls off so easily on this figure. The proportions were kind of weird. It's like a longer torso with, I don't know, man. Like, he just looks stumpy, kind of, and the figure feels loose. I searched for this figure forever, finally found it, and the one that I got, I think it's just a bad representation of it. I think I probably should have waited out and got a different one or something. But yeah, I mean, the figure is really cool. I really like that it's a Supreme Sting in a singlet. We've been clamoring for that for years. So yeah, excited to have it. I just wish that I guess my figure itself was a little better, because mine's not the greatest. But anyway, he's in the top 5 at least. So number 5 is the Walmart exclusive Supreme Sting. And coming in at number 4 is Unrivaled Series 14 Swerve Strickland. I love this figure. I think it is absolutely great. I did put one of the Elite Seth Rollins jackets on there. I think it looks really good. I know that it is super outdated. I mean, I think we're getting a more current look out of Swerve in an upcoming Unrivaled or a match set, so definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, this figure just rules, man. I love the gear. I love the formula. I think it's great. I think the head sculpt probably could have been a little better, but again, it is definitely outdated. But yeah, I loved this figure. I loved posing it around. I think it poses around great. I think the formula is great. So he is number 4 this year, Unrivaled Series 14 Swerve Strickland. And coming in at number 3 is Unmatched Series 9 Jeff Hardy. Now, this probably surprises a lot of people that I put this one over the ring gear Jeff Hardys that we got later in the year. This one was the first one that we got, and I don't know why, but I love this figure. I think this is the best Jeff Hardy figure ever made. The head sculpt is just spot on. I mean, it looks just like him. I love the man bun look. I think it's great. The tattoo detail is absolutely amazing. And I did put the mesh Triple H Jeff Hardy 2-pack shirt on there, but the tattoo detail is just incredible. I like this pants mold better than the other ones. I do not like the Amazon 2-pack one with the molded on towel. I'm not a fan of that. And the Amazon exclusive 2-pack one is pretty much the same thing as this, but I don't know, I still just don't like it as much. I hate that he has the trainer shoes. Probably swap these out and use this pants mold for that, but yeah, this figure rules, man. I think this is literally the best Jeff Hardy figure ever made. I don't think they're gonna make a better one. The head sculpt's great. The tattoo detail is amazing. Feels good in the hand. He is a little too tall, we'll say that, but other than that, man, this figure is absolutely incredible. And that is why he is number 3 out of the top 10 this year. Coming in at number 2 is the ringside exclusive Jay White figure. Yeah, we just like the Will Ospreays of the world, just like the Kenny Omegas of the world, this guy has been heavily customized for years. People have been clamoring for a Jay White figure to scale with our Mattel WWE figures, and we finally got it. So for that alone, I had to put him at the number 2 spot. Almost made it to the number 1 spot, because I myself have been wanting a Jay White figure for a long time, and we finally got one that is in scale to the Mattel elites and all of that. So yeah, had to put them there just for that. The detail on these pants, the sculpting and stuff, again, Jazwares killing it with the cloth goods. Now I did have a weird misprint with mine where his sideburn was like literally on the side of his face, so I had to acetone off the other one, making this head sculpt a little bit better. But honestly, I like the Screaming head sculpt better, and I'm not partial to Screaming head sculpts, but I think it definitely looks better than this regular smirking face head sculpt. But yeah, this figure rules. The formula is great. It's pretty much the Kenny Omega formula. You can't go wrong with that. I'm pretty sure that Ospreay, the upcoming Ospreay figure, is going to have that formula too, so you know that is going to hit. But yeah, this figure rules, man. Jay White, the ringside exclusive, is the number 2 figure of 2024. And the number 1 figure of 2024 for AEW Jazwares is, drumroll please, or something like that, the Walmart exclusive Brody King figure. I think I spoiled it for you guys when I did the review of this one, and honorable mention to this one, the regular unmatched 8 Brody King. Dude, I mean, the most toyetic. I picked this one over the regular release just because of the face paint, also the addition of the head tattoo, just a little bit more toyetic. I do like the knee pad thing here where you can see the tattoos more than this one that's kind of blacked out. But yeah, dude, this figure is just an absolute beast, dude. It feels great in the hand. He's a hefty guy with all of the tattoo detail, dude. Like, how could this not be the number 1 figure of the year? Also a huge Brody King mark, so that probably helped out a little bit. Dude, absolutely amazing figures, both of them. They just rule. I love both of these figures. I think I said in the review, again, of the Brody King when I did the House of Black review that this spoiler was probably going to be the figure of the year. And it was really, really close between the last 3, honestly. Like the Unmatched 9 Jeff Hardy, the ringside exclusive Jay White, and this figure. It was very, very hard to pick a number 1. But ultimately, the excitement for this figure, finally getting in hand and having this figure, dude, for me, that was the number 1 spot. So yeah, Brody King Walmart exclusive is the number 1 figure of the year. If this is shelf warming on your shelf, go get it. Go get like 6 of them. Like they weren't shelf warming on my shelf. I can tell you that. I found one and bought it immediately, and I don't think I've seen it since then. Maybe like once or twice. But yeah, if this is on your Walmart shelf, go pick it up immediately, because this figure absolutely is incredible. So that is going to do it for my top 10 AEW figures of 2024. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your top AEW figure down in the comments below. I would love to read all the comments and see what you guys think is the top AEW figure of 2024. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will see you guys in the next one.